the BTB revolution. Drop 3 mixtape. A superstar on a massive level.
I love smoking. I love smoking doobies. I love smoking blunts.
Put out all the outside instructions.
Hey, this is another episode of BTB Reacts inside the BTB Gorilla Zone. And today, it's a historical day. I mean, we're having a lot of historical days right now, but as far as in the U.S. and the presidential situation, we have President Biden meeting meeting President-elect Donald Trump. So I doubt that Vice President Harris is going to be around for this conversation. It would be interesting, though. So they're sitting here setting up. They're getting everything ready to go, all that good stuff. And we are anxiously awaiting our soon-to-be president and our current president to have what may or may not be an interesting conversation. I mean, at the end of this, the president might end up with a MAGA pin on, and we never know how this is going to go, but I'm sure that it's going to be interesting. President Biden seems to have some pretty interesting press conferences without the help of our current president or our current soon-to-be president. It's weird. I feel like almost directly after the election, like he's just president. Like, it shouldn't kind of take that long.
Biden's going to see him at the White House.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But I can't wait for them to get this show on the road. It takes a little bit of time for these things. So we all just waiting. I'm surprised there's only one Marine at that door.
Got 11 right inside of it, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, the president's men, they out there. They are out there. So.
You know, both times Biden's moved out of the White House, Trump has moved in. That's fucked up.
Well, it's familiar. It's not even fucked up. It's familiar. It's like, hey, bro, what's up? It's like they're renting an Airbnb.
Yeah. You know the door. Come on back.
But, hey, it should go smooth. Like, hey, you know the place. I don't really got to give you a tour.
Donald walks in, packing your fucking bags.
So, yeah, I imagine.
Your nurse stay?
I imagine it's going to be pretty smooth. I guarantee it's definitely going to get another remodel. Every time somebody moves in, they remodel anyway.
That's taxpayer dollars.
Yes, and it's so much. When you hear about the amount of money, oh my gosh.
There's only a few rooms that don't change.
Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, but their living quarters, that changes every fucking presidency. You gotta think, how often does it change during presidency? Like, if you're there for 8 years, you're not gonna rearrange?
I mean, that is a lot of space. I don't know. How much does it cost to remodel the White House? Or to renovate? Let's see.
Information usually requested is classified.
The White House renovation reportedly cost $1.75 million.
That's crazy.
Whew. Here's what you should know. This was in 2017 when they did the renovation. So last time Trump took office, they spent $1.75 million remodeling the house. And before then, Barack Obama spent $1.5 million. $17,000 on custom rugs. I think it goes without saying that everything is pretty much custom. Like, do you really gotta put that in there? Like, what president was like, you know what? It's time to redecorate. Let's go to Walmart. Like, what? Who are these people they have in front of the camera?
Well, being that close, they got that media passes.
For sure. Oh, he's with the Associated Press. I see that AP hat. Boy, that Marine hold firm. No, he cold too.
Freezing, dude.
Semper Fi. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The camera could be like directly on the Marine, other than these jokers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we are waiting. What you waiting to hear, chat? What are you expecting to hear? Or are you just here to hear? He should have wore a hat. What is going on? What can we expect from this address here? Let me see. I want to look and see. Hmm. Yeah, they better bust this joint down. I'm trying to see this shit. Let's see. Come on out, folks. So, you know what? Yeah. What's this here? What's this link here? Come on, man. We waiting for this joint. We want to see this joint now. They acting like it's. Here we go. Okay, we getting ready to kick off. Sheesh. See all this motion they're making people move, it look like. You can tell some people have been doing this for too long. They just are out there. They don't care about their hair, their appearance, nothing. They look, let's get this done.
To her, center screen. The way she's licking her lips, she should not be that close to the White House.
Killing me softly. Come on, come on. My man got the Nike hat and the ugly sweater. Okay. That's how you pull that together.
That's his homegirl. She blocked him right out of camera. This Christmas hoodie is crazy.
Oh, it's a hoodie style. Oh, well, he doing it then. Hey,
I can't tell if it zips up or not.
the ugly sweater is Christmas hoodie. Yeah, you can't beat that. Yep, definitely throwing them up on the BTB store. Gonna make some of them today. You can come and get your ugly sweater Christmas hoodies very shortly on btbrevolution.com. But we do have some American Pride stuff out there, so make sure y'all go take a look at that and represent your country. You know, the BTB guerrilla way. Okay, Marines. That was somebody, yeah, so I feel like he missed Q on that one. Blood stripes. Yeah, I know my man's is cold. I'm not gonna lie. The way he was swinging that mic, if he'd have dropped that joint, that's all I pictured once he picked it up and just started swinging the mic around. Like, this guy. There's always one. There's a lot of dust on that camera lens, buddy. You need to wipe that off. What was this nonsense?
Scientist or otherwise to speculate points of origin. I looked at everything from a scientific perspective. So if you look at, for example, instantaneous acceleration, which was one of the observables of the program that I belong to, ATIP, the human body can withstand about, already I'd been speaking publicly about the topic, and so the document said you can continue saying X, Y, Z, but...
Sir, I'm speculating because I didn't have an exchange with him, but I believed it.
Defense?
I can't say.
You can't say or you won't say?
I won't say.
Oh,
Okay, why not?
Spicy.
Because I protect my sources, and I think the
But you're
reason...
not naming them. It's a big department. But many of us on my side of the aisle would say it's far too big. So you're talking about the Department of Defense, sources from within the Department of Defense?
I'm not willing to reduce the potential universe of my...
So we are listening in as this meeting is going on right now between President-elect Donald Trump and President Biden. As you can hear from this background noise, the press yelling a lot of questions towards both Trump and Biden. It does appear as though someone is directing them to leave the room, the press. So if we do get any further video of this, if we do get any audio between Trump and Biden that we can share with you a little bit later here on Live Now from Fox, we will. But again, as it appears, they are trying to usher the press out of the room. But again, giving you that live look right now out of the Oval Office as President-elect Donald Trump and President Biden meeting today, right this moment, as they begin that transition of power. For right now, we are going to go away for a quick 2-minute break, and we'll head right back out to the House Democrats when we come back, as they were holding a briefing on the election results and how we move forward from here. We'll be right back.
So that's pretty much why they had us waiting outside of the thing, because ain't nobody got no actual footage of the thing. They had us waiting like they were getting ready to come out. And still ain't come out. We're still waiting for them to come out. We're gonna find whoever gets one more answer to the We need the live, real. Ain't nobody got the actual, factual.
I'm just asking everyone on the panel or witnesses, and I had a chance to read all the testimony before, but just to set the agenda, if we can go down real briefly, do you believe, just for the record, that the federal government, any part of the federal government, is knowingly concealing evidence about UAPs from the public?
Yes, sir.
100%.
Yes.
So I guess we gotta watch everything else while we
Thank
wait
you.
for
I also want to
these
just go down the
two
line.
gentlemen to
I know
get
many of you
done
have already said this, but I just, for the record again, just briefly, what do you believe UAPs could be or are?
Strong evidence that they are non-human, higher intelligence.
I echo my colleague's comment, sir.
Genuinely do not know.
Don't know, but we must find out.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate those answers, gentlemen. I think this is obviously another remarkable hearing with just really important information, so I thank all of you for answering the questions. Admiral, I just want to go back to one thing. Now, last year, our subcommittee heard from 2 retired Navy pilots, Lieutenant Ryan Graves and Commander David Fravor, regarding UAPs. Actually, I think Ryan is here in the audience and been a great person to get to know and to have conversations with. He, of course, has been involved in the Safe Airspace for Americans Act with Chairman Graves, with Chairwoman Mace for UAP reporting by civilian aviation personnel. Can you discuss briefly why it's important for civilian pilots to be able to report UAPs and why these legal protections are critical for our national security?
Yes, Congressman, thank you. And I did invite Ryan Graves as my guest, as I'm on his advisory board for the Americans for Safe Aerospace, and legislation that you supported and introduced, I fully support as well. And I think it's important that more civilian pilots, commercial pilots, report so we can better understand and learn and do research on UAP, as well as remove the stigma so more citizens report on what they observe. And also, it'll only contribute to aviation safety when we have a better understanding of where these UAP are, how they operate, and at what frequency and what capability level. So it's important for aviation safety, and it'll be important for moving science and research forward.
Thank you, sir. And I just want to reiterate to my colleagues, I mean, this is a very bipartisan piece of legislation, and we just got to continue to get this through the Congress, and it's incredibly important that civilian pilots have the opportunity to safely report the UAPs that they are seeing or encountering in the air. And I can't express how critical this piece of what I believe is a larger collection of evidence and facts actually happen. We've been approached by pilots. I've talked to folks that have been engaged with our office and others, and there is still enormous stigma. And essentially, we don't have a system where folks are feeling free to be able to report what they're seeing. And so I just want to reiterate that that advocacy. Mr. Gold, in your testimony, you discuss NASA's aviation safety reporting system, a confidential, non-punitive reporting mechanism. In the Safe Airspace for Americans Act, we explicitly allow for civilian reporting, of course, of UAPs. Can you explain why the NASA task force recommended the use of the aviation safety reporting system?
The aviation safety reporting system is an existing system that is trusted.
Say, you know what? Pass all of those documents that I signed saying that I wasn't going to say nothing. I'm going to say something. Shia, you're going to a facility that nobody's ever heard about before, so they can try some of them new technologies out on your ass.
To get data, to overcome the stigma without spending really that much more additional money since the system exists. Thank you so much for your support of that. Thank you for what Ryan Graves does. This is a common sense means to expose the truth of UAP for the purpose of this hearing.
Thank you. And I just want to also add, now earlier this year, as part of the House Defense Authorization Bill, the NDAA, I had filed an amendment to include the UAP Disclosure Act, which would create a UAP Records Review Board and exercise of eminent domain over UAP-related material.
And it's not popping up on the jump. They kind of hurt my feelings.
Actually on the JFK Assassination Records Collection Act, which is widely known. Now, the amendment was blocked, but thankfully the Senate included the amendment by Senator Rounds and Schumer for the UAP discussion, and its support should move forward. And if I can just briefly, particularly Admiral, can you just briefly, as I close my time, explain why the UAP Disclosure Act would be critical for us and our national security?
Thank you, Congressman. Yes, I believe the UAP Disclosure Act is important for national security, as well as advancing potential socioeconomic benefits resulting from UAP research, as well as public safety, as we referred to previously regarding aviation. And this act will allow for greater transparency and open research, and that's why I'm also a member of the UAP Disclosure Fund as an advisor, as in the Sol Foundation, as an advisor, senior strategic advisor, which is advocating for the same.
Thank you very much. I yield back.
All right, thank you. I'd like to recognize Mr. Biggs for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for holding this committee.
Right, everyone, you are watching live now from Fox. We appreciate everyone continuing to join us all right here. We are going to take another 2-minute break as we await Senator John Thune to be making some remarks as the new majority leader for the Senate. Also, the White House briefing as well should be coming up in the next couple of moments as well. We'll be back. More to come. I'm live now from Fox.
That was garbage.